Good afternoon. It's our pleasure today to interview Dmitry Milashchuk. How do you say it? If I pronounce it wrongly, you can correct me, please. For the Coaching in the Spotlight interview series. Dmitry is the Swiss Romande co-chapter leader of ICF Switzerland from the beginning of this year. And we thank you, Dmitry, for being our leader in the Swiss Romande area where I live, actually, and for contributing to the world of coaching. We welcome you to this Coaching the Spotlight interview.
Good evening, and thank you, Carmen, thank you, Lenka, for having me during this evening for this interview. And it's really my pleasure. And let's see how the interview goes.
Well, fantastic. Yeah. So for the interview, how we begin is we will ask you some questions about you first, and then how you go into your career as a coach. So we would like to know first, what is your background, where you come from?
Okay, yes. As you can judge from my accent and from my family name, I'm Ukrainian by origin. I'm 45 years old. I've been grown up in a mid-sized industrial city, which is called Kremenchuk in the central Ukraine. During my career, I've been working in Ukraine and in Serbia. In 2006, I left Ukraine for the next career move, and I moved to Serbia for 3.5 years. And in 2010, after completing the assignment in Serbia, I moved to Switzerland, and I've been working in Geneva for the last 11 years, and I've been living in Switzerland for the last 11 years. So this is my origin. And as you can see, I do love traveling. When I was a small kid and during my adolescence years, we've been traveling a lot as a family, both within Ukraine and internationally. That's why this is one of my passion. Up to now, I've been in more than 70 countries for just really enjoying all the beauty of every country. For the professional background, I've been working for the whole my career in human resources and human resources management in the various domains of human resources, helping people to develop and grow. And this is my second passion, really helping people to grow and develop and to change for the better.
Well, thank you for your answer. And I see that you are really a true citizen of the world. You've traveled in many countries and you live everywhere. So I'm curious, where in those stages of your life you become interested in coaching? What actually led you to become a coach? And what do you love more about coaching?
It happened here in Switzerland. My interests have grown tremendously here in the recent years. As many other people, initially I was very skeptical about the coaching. I thought that it's just another management tool to make people work better and perform better. It all has changed when I decided to go for the coaching myself. Somehow it was click that I needed. I want to try it. And in 2017, I started the coaching program myself. I found excellent coach here in Swiss Romande. Her name is Anita. And she was delivering such a nice coaching program for me with the very to-the-point questions, with the very subtle interventions as the practices and the self-reflections that I've been totally amazed. And this coaching program, which was going for the several months, it has transformed my life. It has changed my life. I became a believer into the coaching. And as I've been working for all my life with the people, I've been helping them to develop, I thought that this is an excellent combination. I can be a coach myself. I feel this power, and I know that I can help others to grow and to change the same way as I have changed. And this is what I actually love about the coaching. When you do support, you don't give the advices, you don't give the direct recommendations, but with the subtle questions, with the right questions, with the good techniques, practices, and the self-reflections, you help people to discover their new themselves. And they help, they with your help and with your kind support, they grow and develop. This is what I love about being a coach.
That's a beautiful thing. And that's one of the things that amazed me too, and maybe Lenka too, is that this perspective of we actually don't have to tell people what to do. We actually facilitate they grow their own thinking. That's what some of the most amazing things I discovered about coaching. And that's beautiful. Yeah, perfect combination about a human resources background and coaching. So I wonder what coaching training did you choose? Knowing that you have your background in human resources, that you do the training with Anita, how do you choose what coaching training you do? What was the first academy you did? I mean, do you go training with?
I cannot now recall exact moment how I made the selection of the particular coaching program I want to attend, but this was one of the best decisions in my life, when I selected the integral coaching with the Center for Coaching. I've been studying here in Switzerland. This is one of the coaching schools which I found very useful and very practical and very professional in this domain, called Center for Coaching. And I started integral coaching. This is where we look at every individual as the complex combination of 3 different domains: cognitive, emotional, and somatic. And we combine it in so-called integral coaching. And this is what I initially have studied. It was the first program which I completed in May last year. And after that, I decided to expand my knowledge. And I enrolled into the professional coaching course with the school, which is called New Ventures West, one of the oldest and most reputable schools in the United States, in San Francisco, California. And I've been studying there from September last year until actually September this year. So I just successfully graduated from this 1-year training course in the beginning of September.
Oh, congratulations.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I'm curious now that you just finished this training, how you combine both different trainings. What do they bring into your coaching unique proposition?
They actually, those 2 trainings, they talk to the same domain. They are about the integral coaching. They're just enlarging and expanding and deepening my knowledge in the integral coaching. And this is where I find my unique proposition: to be with the person, to be attentive to every domain of complex human personality, to the emotions, to the cognitive, to the thinking, to the somatic practices. And this is what I offer to my clients: my undivided attention and presence. It may sound cliche, but this is what the good coach first has to offer and have to be constantly with the client. And this is where I believe my proposition to my clients. And also with the combination of my own life experience, where I've been working for more than 20 years in human resources, helping people to grow. When I've been passing myself through the different changes in my life, through the immigration, through life and work in the different countries. I am also a father of the grown-up son. My son now is 27 years old, so I do have the whole experience of the fatherhood, which also teaches you a lot. And this is what I also bring to my work with the clients. And all these factors help me to create unique coaching programs for every person who comes to me.
Oh, that sounds fantastic. Especially it goes perfectly with this, the core competences of, building this trust, which is essentially to move forward. You completely coaching presence there with all the trainings and your life experience. Congratulations for that.
Thank you.
Lenka, do you have any other question to add or remarks for this first part of the interview?
No more questions for this part. Are we at a stage that I take over? Or did you have questions, Carmen?
No, that's fine.
All right. Because what we were sharing very nicely falls into further exploring about what your current coaching career has brought you. And I'm really interested to learn what your biggest insights were so far. in your coaching?
What I have found that actually there are no universal solutions, and you have to start co-creating with every client. And I think that this is what makes us coaches very unique, and especially when I start my coaching programs and when I meet with my clients every time, it is like the new chapter, new small chapter in my life and in her life, and we co-create, we live through this experience of being coached and being a coach, and that's for me the insight of the coaching per se, that there are no universal solutions, and you definitely have to co-create and include your client into the process.
Yeah, I love how you said that. So true. I can definitely relate to that. And when it comes to learnings that you had during building your coaching career, what were some of the biggest ones that you would like to share?
It may sound funny, but I do believe that there are already and always clients out there for every coach. And you don't have to be artificial. You don't have to pretend. You just have to start coaching. And this is where you do find, as soon as you are genuine in your coaching proposition, as soon as you really being there, being present for the client, whoever she is or whoever he is, they will be there. And this is for me one of the learnings. We don't have to do much of the artificial work on finding the clients. They will come to us as soon as we start genuinely coaching.
Thank you for saying that. And it's actually something that Carmen and I were just before the interview reflecting on. And yeah, that also brings me to the next question of what would be some of the tips you would share with new coaches?
Going along the same lines, I think that in many, I've been passing through it myself during the last years and months when I was becoming a coach, when I was growing my practice. Everyone is saying to you about the marketing, everyone is saying to you about the promotions, everyone saying to you like how do you build up your social networks, your websites, etc. It is not important. We don't have to, like, my advice to the new coaches who are just coming into this domain, there is no need to spend much time on it. Just start coaching wherever you can and with whoever you can. Be genuine in this and be honest in what you're offering. And then it will come. You will start finding the clients through this growing network of people who already been coached with you, who already experienced this coaching program by you. And also, and don't get me wrong here, but it is also important that you as a new coach start charging for your sessions as soon as possible. There is no such thing as a free coaching, I do firmly believe, because we do offer the unique proposition and there is a great value in what we do in the work with our clients. So this is my second advice for the new coaches. Don't be shy in putting the price tag on your services.
Yeah, I love those. And me being a fairly new coach, I can totally relate to some of the things that you were saying, and I can imagine that it will benefit many other fellow new coaches out there. And I'm curious to hear from you, what are some of the hottest trends that you noticed in the coaching industry, and how do you think new coaches should adapt?
I will mention two things. First, and of course I will not be saying anything which you didn't know before me. The last 18 months have changed the life of almost everyone on this planet. We live in the huge uncertainty. We do know that there is a possibility, that there is a big possibility of changes. There is a big possibility of death around there. And I think it has made the huge impact on almost every person understanding and mind state. And they start valuing the life itself. They start finding the new values. They start searching for the new meanings of their life. And now there are many men and women out there who are changing their life quite dramatically, quitting the jobs, quitting the relationships, trying to find the new meaning in what they do. And I think here in this trend, we coaches, we have to be there for those people who are searching for the new meanings. We have to support them. We have to guide them with the proper questions. We have to be there and help them that this transition, which is definitely needed, but this transition goes smoother and with the better results. This is, I think, the first trend of people starting to value the life itself much higher than career or relationship or whatever was there before the pandemic. I think this is what the pandemic brought to us. The second trend which I would like to notice, and I think it's coming very importantly now into the life of the coaches, it is the team coaching. As you may have noticed, there are new team coaching competencies on the ICF website, and it is now where we can start delivering the bigger differences for organizations and for the other teams which are not necessarily only in the business world. I think that working with the teams is the next hot trend which will be in the next years, and we have to start preparing for it. We have to start getting ready to make the difference, not only for the individuals through the coaching, but for the teams through the coaching as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So from what you're saying, it sounds like expanding the coaching experience to individuals, different areas of life, but also to teams and groups of people.
Yes.
Thanks for sharing. And as you were mentioning ICF, I would like to bridge here and ask you about what do you think is the most valuable aspect of being a member of ICF?
Lenka, thank you for this question. And it is no brainer at all. It is definitely the networking, the value of the networking through the people with the same attitude, with the same minds, with the same spirit, with the same willingness to be in the service of other people. So this is the networking among the coaches. This is why I came to ICF. This is why I enjoy being the member of ICF. And I find on the monthly basis, I find dozens of outstanding individuals in this network of ICF. And I enjoy learning from them, and I enjoy sharing my experience with them as well. And this is what I also commit to do more and more. Really, the network and building the networks in the ICF Switzerland, as well as outside. Nowadays, with the virtual tools and the possibilities, we actually can work with the many chapters of ICF, not leaving our office or our home. And that's what I enjoy.
Yeah, definitely. So true. Very inspiring. Thank you. Thank you for sharing, Dmitry. And Carmen, is there anything that you would like to add, or otherwise go ahead with the remaining questions?
Yeah, actually, it's perfect transition for the next question. Thank you, Lenka. So what motivated you to take this role of Swiss Romande co-chapter leader for ICF Switzerland?
I wanted to personally contribute and to help changing the image of the coaching for the general public. As I mentioned in the beginning of my interview, and I passed through it myself, sometimes the coaching as the development tool has a negative perception, or perceived to be negatively by many people, because they don't know what is in there, because they don't see the real value. And I think that we need to do a lot in changing this image, in promoting the coaching as the development tool with every possibility and everywhere we go. And this is why, for me, it was important to step into the management role of ICF Switzerland chapter, to be able to influence it directly with my contribution. I do believe into the value of voluntary work, as we all do in ICF, and this is where I think we could make the difference.
Oh, thank you very much for a beautiful answer. Actually, that leads me perfectly to the next question. what do you think that, in your opinion, actually, the coaching community should do in Switzerland to further strengthen the reputation of coaches as a profession? And what, after that, what specifically you are doing in the Suisse Romande chapter towards this goal?
You know, and I don't want to offend anyone, but that's the opinion and the trend which I have seen not only in Switzerland, but in some other countries where the coaching is also present. I think that as individual, as the coaches, we spend too much promoting ourselves and our services. And by doing this, we sort of competing only for the very small pond or pool of existing clients who already know about the coaching. Instead of doing it, what I think we need as a coaches, we need to do is to promote the coaching per se, is to really go out there, speak not only with the coaches who are already there, or not with the coaches in training, but with the general public, the people who live, who work in organizations, who live and work in the different institutions which are non-governmental, go to the new universities, and then promote and do the events which help to bigger, wider audiences to understand what the coaching is as a development tool. And again, by doing this, we will be increasing the reputation of our profession. We will be making more people aware about the coaching, and again, many of them, and more of them, will be becoming eventually the clients. And that's, for me, one of the goals which I already heard somewhere. Every person eventually need a coach, and this could be the very inspiring and visionary goal that in some observable future, everyone has a coach, and this is where we can. This is the goal we can work forward.
Oh, that's so beautiful. So is practically helping to strengthen by actually helping and be there with the community. I agree totally with you. I think we all need a coach, and most of us learn like you about coaching by being coached. So yes, leave, if I get together what you said, the individual, well, we have to somehow, but leave the much heavy weight on individual promotion and actually be there for the rest, for everyone who needs it. And spread the knowledge, spread the help by doing it. That's beautiful, Dmitry. Thank you so much. And now comes the next question, and the most difficult one for many. You've been citizen of the world already. Oh my goodness! So must be something special in Switzerland that tie you here and kept you for all these years. In all this Switzerland and all these places you've been, I'm sure you travel for all the cantons. Which is your special place?
Yeah, thank you for this question. And sorry for the noise in the background. This is my cat, who is now alone in the apartment, and he's totally bored and decided to join the interview. Apologies for this. I hope that you'll be able to mute it after. Very adorable creature, and maybe at some moment of time he'll just jump on the table as he usually does.
No worries. I was really worried that I will hear our dog from the background. Totally understand.
Yeah, here he is.
Hello. What is his name?
Cute.
Yes, I've been traveling and living in several countries, and I've been traveling in many countries. But definitely Switzerland became the love of my life, and I really enjoy being here. This is actually the longest time I've lived in the same country. This is Switzerland, and I enjoy everywhere. I enjoy the diversity of the nature. I enjoy the mountains. I enjoy the lakes. I enjoy the beautiful green pastures which are everywhere in Switzerland. But definitely the current region where we live, the Lake Leman, the Arc Lemanique, the Nyon region, where the particular Nyon region where I live, this is the place I found the most beautiful. And it has everything what you can dream of. It has the lake, it has the mountains, it has the green fields, and it has all variety of the nature which you can enjoy all time of the year. this is my favorite place and favorite spot in Switzerland.
Oh, and you just brought something I could relate truly to that because I'm from the Neon region too. And it's my favorite spot to have everything. Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you very much, Dmitry, for sharing. Lenka, do you have anything other question to add or ask?
Actually, to what you were saying earlier about like in the future that everybody would have one coach, that's my personal vision too. And I heard once like a quote that coaching is making good people great. So it's not about fixing problems, but it's about improving and building on what we are already good at. And I wanted to just share that recently I talked to my coach colleague, and she shared that she was coaching a client who was being coached by 3 or 4 other coaches. Mm-hmm. And they were like fitness coaches or nutrition and relationship, and none of them overlapped. But so it can even be that one person has more than just one coach.
Definitely. Thank you, Lenka. This is very, very good statement as well. Thank you.
Well, now like one of the interviews that I'm mentioning, right? That's, I mean, in science where my work comes from, I mean, my background, everything the advance of science we have is through collaboration, and everybody contributes with specific tools. So I think that can be extended, as you just mentioned and Lenka mentioned, and we can help and get, specific help for different kind of coaches, even including therapy too, to make, improve self-improvement. Not necessarily like Lenka says fixing, but improving what we already have. That's beautiful. That's beautiful thoughts, Lenka. Thank you, and Dmitry. So we're very happy to have hosted you today, and we're very happy to have this interview. We thank you, both of us, for today's interview.
Thank you. Thank you, Carmen. Thank you, Lenka. The pleasure was all mine, and it was really, really great interview. You are excellent interviewers. Thanks for all the questions and for your attention. It was my pleasure.
Thank you for inspiring us. I think this is really important for all of us. I mean, new coaches, Lenka just got certified, and me, I'm on my way. I think this life history with your emotions, with your background, brings to life these beautiful journeys, and we thank you for that.
Yeah, it was a pleasure to meet you, Dmitry. Thank you for the time and for inspiring tips that you shared with us and the readers.
Thanks. So it was a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you. So see you soon around Romande, so I hope, and to join soon. And thank you. Have a good afternoon, everyone, and good weekend.
Have a lovely evening.
Bye-bye.
Bye.